All right, we're on. Hello, everybody. All right. Here we go. I'll fire it up.
Talk shoe. Recorded live.
Good evening and welcome to Garden City Community Chat. This podcast is dedicated to promoting our community and yours, offering news you can use and much more. And now, Garden City Community Chat. Well, hello, Garden City and our neighbors in Westland, Dearborn Heights, and Inkster, Redford, and Livonia. Thanks for joining us tonight. You are listening to the Garden City Community Chat, show number 285 for April 7th, 2016. Holy cow. Sue's got me all upset over here. She's over here playing the drums and everything. Let's see. This is Garden City's only live podcast where we share news you can use and promote our community and yours. I'm your host, Kerry, and joining me tonight is our favorite weather guy, Doppler Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm glad I'm still your favorite, regardless of the weather.
Yeah. Oh, you'll always be our favorite, for sure, for sure. Also, fellow Quanian, former Garden City councilman and fellow commissioner on Commission on Aging, and a longtime resident of Garden City, Mr. Mike Jones. Mike, how you doing?
Excellent, Kerry, but I am getting better.
And back joining us tonight is Joy and Holly with their 2-minute gardening tips. And as always, Mike will be here to close out the show with community announcements. And I think you got several of them over there, don't you, tonight?
Yeah, it's only about a half a foot thick here. I know that.
A lot of stuff going on tonight.
Yep.
So please sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and join us for the next 60 minutes or so. Should be a good one. Let me just mention that in 2 weeks, the current county commissioner for the 12th district, Mr. Glenn Anderson, will be here. He's going to be talking with us, so please mark your calendars for that. Tonight, we do have joining us Sue Mason. She is actually running for Wayne County Commissioner, so we'll be getting to Sue here shortly and see why she's decided to run at this point in her life, get involved in politics. If you want to keep updated with the shows and see what's coming up next, going on in the community, we suggest that you visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat. We'll post all our future shows over there and information for you, so please check that out. And while you're there, if you like what you see, go ahead and give us a like. We appreciate that. 2016 is going to be a pretty busy year for us here at TalkShoe. First, we're going to be celebrating our 6th year of being on the air, and that takes place on June 9th. And then on July 14th, we're celebrating our 300th show, and we look forward to that. Look for more details about our 300th show celebration as we move forward. Those celebrations are always a good time. I think you've been to one or two, haven't you? Have you been? I think you went to one.
One, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes.
And don't forget, on top of all of this, we have several great community events that will take place throughout the year, not only here in Garden City, but our surrounding communities as well. And we'll be here to announce those for you as soon as we know when and where, and also a presidential election. We can't forget that. Oh, boy. It's been very interesting, huh? To say the least. And several local elections as well. So what a year it's going to be. Remember, we invite you to be a part of the conversation here tonight. We are here along with Sue to answer any of your questions you may have. And be nice.
Yes, please.
We're always nice here. And if you do, it's very easy to reach us. Just call 1-724-444-7444. And you're going to enter the call ID 82757, followed by the pound sign. Or you can join us in our chat room by going online at TalkShoe.com and search for call ID 82757. That's going to take you right to our main show page where you'll click on the large Join In button. You're going to sign in as a guest. Just click the button, and that's all there is to it. Once you're in the chat room, you can type your questions and comments at the bottom of the page, and you'll find our phone number and show ID there as well. If you'd like to text your questions to us, that number is 734-788-9319. So we look forward to hearing from you. Now remember, all of our shows are recorded, so you can catch us later at your convenience, which several of our listeners do by going to our main show page. Once again, that's where you're going to find all 286 shows listed for you over there in order, going all the way back to our very first one in 2010. And be sure to look for us in iTunes. Just search for GC Community Chat. The audio from tonight's show will be posted on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat about 30 minutes or so after we sign off tonight. So you can look for that. And if that wasn't enough, Mike.
Yes, sir.
We are also doing a live, unedited video of tonight's show. Hello. So you can put a face with the voice, and that will be available sometime tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. Please look for that, and while you're there, why not subscribe to our channel? That way you'll be notified when we post future shows. Just click on the little red subscribe button right below the video. All right, we're going to get Tom in here with the weather, see if this crazy weather is going to ever improve. Then we'll visit with our guest, Sue Mason. And please stick around, because a little later in the show, we'll have Joey and Holly back with their 2-minute gardening tips. And Mike is here to close the show with several community announcements, as always. So let's get Tom in here. Okay, let's get a check on the weather with Doppler Tom, see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend. Tom, what do you have for us? Please tell us this is going to improve.
Well, then I better hang up the phone.
Not that the tires leave time.
Because all good things are going to come to an end sooner or later, right? I mean, it has to, but not quite yet. I have some good news and I have some bad news. Which one do you want first, the bad news or the good news?
What do you want, Mike? Good?
No, let's hear the bad news.
Let's hear the bad.
The bad news is I'm looking outside and it's snowing. and there's more snow coming. The good news is next week there is going to be improvement. So we'll get some bad news out of the way. As we have been looking all week, we've been dealing with some crazy precipitation all week. I mean, we haven't been dealing with any significant snow where you have to crank up the snow blower or
That's good.
iron up the shovels or anything, but it is a bit of a nuisance if you're not a winter lover, because it's like a relative that just doesn't leave when the holidays are over. They're just still lingering around, and that's the best way to describe this winter. It's just continuing to linger, and it is going to be lingering as we get into the next few days, and as we get into this week, like I've been saying, I've been dealing with 4 different precipitation types. One is obviously the snow. We've been dealing with briefly the rain, of course, and then one precipitation type that was pretty rare that we don't really get here in Michigan, which is called graupel. It's basically, the best way to describe it for a non-weather person is basically dipping dots. If you don't know what that is, it's basically white little balls of ice cream, and that's the best way to describe it. It's a long process of how that forms, but it's pretty interesting from my point of view, because we don't really see that often here. And now, as I've been talking about, we've been dealing with on and off rain today, and as the temperature gets cooler late in the day, as that sun begins to set, you can see that snow is now starting to mix in with this rain. But you got to look really hard. It's like a very fine snow, and it isn't really going to be accumulating tonight, but it is probably going to leave a dusting on the car. So as you guys are leaving tonight, don't be surprised to see a dusting on your car, because it probably will be there. But it isn't going to affect the roads. Temperatures are above freezing, but it is going to be kind of on the decks in the cars and the grassy areas. But the snow is going to be winding down as we get into the evening hours. This system is really starting to move out, and it's going to take some time, though, so have some patience. As we get into tomorrow, it is going to be, obviously, opening day, and people are wondering what the hell this weather is going to do.
Mike is listening.
And if I need to bring my shovel to the ballpark, and safe to say that you probably do not. I don't think it is going to snow during the game tomorrow, so that's the good news. The bad news is it is going to be chilly for baseball standards. I mean, the temperature is going to be around 40 degrees during the entire game, and we're probably going to see no precipitation during the game, but as we get later in the game, as you're going home, probably 4 or 5 o'clock, that's when the next system begins to move in. So hopefully the ball game is over before the system moves in. But it's these ball games, they can run wild.
Yeah, Mike's
just like
listening.
What happened on Tuesday night. We thought we were going to win the first game, and then they started to waver a bit, but we did actually
That's
win
a
that
whole
one.
nother story.
We won't get into that. But hopefully they get this game in and there's no problems, because I do see a new storm system moving into our neck of the woods, and that is going to be moving in probably Friday night into Saturday, and we're probably going to be dealing with more snow with this system. I'm not seeing a lot of snow with this system, but I do see accumulating snow with this system, probably about an inch of snow as we get after sunset and into Saturday morning. So if you don't have any plans Saturday and you don't want to look outside, just sleep in, because it is going to be snowy as you wake up Saturday morning. And the roads are going to be kind of slushy, and it's not going to be the greatest picture out there. And just let the daytime heating of the day work out for the roads, because it is going to be a little slippery in the morning. And we're not going to get very warm on Saturday, though. We're probably going to be right around freezing the entire day on Saturday. So if you have any plans to go to the ballpark on
Mike is
Saturday, I
dying
would
over here.
definitely bundle up, because it is going to be very, very cold on Saturday. Probably temperatures will not even get above freezing during the majority of the day. So I know that that's not the best news to hear on a weekend day, but if you don't have any plans, just hunker
Stay in and
inside,
watch Netflix.
right? I tell you, because this Saturday is one of the worst days of the weekend, because it's just winter-like on Saturday. You just do not want to go outside. And as we get into Sunday, we're going to be dealing with more winter weather, probably another storm system moving in, more snow on Sunday morning, probably another inch of snow. So this entire weekend doesn't look like it's going to be a good weekend for any outdoor plans. I know it's spring, but Mother Nature has other plans. But the good news is, now let's get to the good news. As we get into next week, she wants to start changing things, and it is going to be a gradual process, but hopefully it will begin to change as we get into next week. As I look into Monday, this snow on Sunday will change into rain, and as that storm system moves out on Monday, we're probably going to be dealing with a lot of clouds, and those temperatures will start rebounding pretty quickly. I mean, we're not in the dead of winter. We're not going to be so cold on a continuous basis, because the sun angle is just not equipped to do that. We're going to rebound very quickly next week, and we're probably going to be in the 50s as we get into next weekend and all of next week. So that's the good news. And the snow chances are gone, so that's another good thing. But I don't see a big warm-up if you're a big warm weather lover. I mean, I don't see that in the future, but I do see a gradual process as we get from the 30s into the 40s into the 50s, and as we get into later and into all of next week, I even see little hints of maybe 60s. So, I mean, Michigan and 60s is something that we need to celebrate, because you never know what could happen this time of year, because you can get snow one day and then you can get some warm temperatures the other day. And it's pretty interesting. But as we expand outward and talk about the other weather affecting the country, wildfires have been a pretty big story across the central United States because of these systems, and they're bringing such wind gradients between the storm systems and the central plains, so there's a lot of wildfires across the plains because it's been so dry. And the West Coast has been dealing with record temperatures, which is something they don't need because of the drought, but they're dealing with temperatures in the 80s and 90s. And the South is dealing with on and off rain and storms, but nothing unusual. That's typical for this time of year. And the East has been kind of on the cold side and snowy side, just like us. The Great Lakes and the Northeast have been pretty cold and snowy. But if you want to keep tuned to our local weather information and get through this weekend with the snow, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com.
Did we say he was our favorite weather guy?
I know. Richard probably isn't saying that.
No.
But we've got day games Friday, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday, and a night game Sunday. And you didn't tell me anything very encouraging at all.
No.
I would work on your cough, Mike, and maybe that could work for you.
I don't think I gotta work on it. I think it'll come natural.
Right,
Good.
exactly.
You
All right.
want a hot dog?
Sounds good.
Oh, that's funny. All right, well, there is light at the end of the tunnel, though, I guess, on next week.
sooner or later.
All right. Thank
Warm
you.
up when they go on the road. Thanks. Really
Right.
did that.
Sooner than later.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, she is a former editor of the Observer hometown newspaper. She studied journalism at Wayne State University. She is currently an academic success coach at Garden City Public Schools and also a candidate for Wayne County Commissioner to represent the 12th District. Welcome, Sue Mason, to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yay. Where's the audience? Cue up the audience. First time on the show, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
6 years.
I was sitting here listening to you talking about, you're coming up on your 300th show and that, and I remember when you started it,
Yeah.
and we did the story in
Yes,
the paper.
yes,
and
that's
you were
right.
just pulling it together at that time.
Yeah,
So
6 years.
It
Wow.
doesn't seem that long.
I know. So, look, before we get into the political part of it, for those listeners who don't know who Sue Mason is, and I think everybody knows who Sue Mason is, but why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm almost a homegrown Michigan person. For all but 6 years, I lived in Downriver or here in western Wayne County.
Okay.
I graduated from John Glenn High School and Wayne State University, worked at small newspapers in Dearborn and Wayne, and ended my journalism career with 30 years at the Observer newspapers, where I
Wow.
worked as I was actually hired there to be the Garden City reporter, and immediately moved to the Westland position.
Okay.
And
And you
so-
live in Westland now,
yes,
right?
Yes, I live in Westland now.
So you're right in the hood.
my husband Bob, and I have 2 kids, and a dog, and 2 cats, and a bunch of goldfish.
Yeah, love the dog pictures on Facebook.
He is a joy.
Yeah.
I think.
You rolling your eyes.
But last year I had decided I was ready to retire, and Gannett made it affordable for me. So I left, but at the time I had spoke to Debbie Ease over at Cambridge High School, and it was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of these kind of jokes. Hey, you hiring? And she said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a job, and I know you can do it. And I went over there, and I worked with 11th and 12th graders, right?
So not retired for what, all of what, a week?
A week, yes, it was 1 week. I
Was it
took
really?
off,
Oh,
yes.
my gosh.
And I took the week of the election off and just sort of put my feet back and thought, it's election night and I'm not working till midnight. So
Yeah.
I've been over there, and it's been a great time.
So how many elections you figure you covered? A lot in your career, huh?
2, 3 a year.
Yeah. Wow.
Over that time.
Yeah. That's a lot of elections.
Yeah.
So you retire from the Observer and now politics. Mm-hmm. Wow. Why run now, Sue?
Because I can.
Okay.
As a journalist, I had to be apolitical. I couldn't choose a side.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't put signs in my front yard.
Right,
I
right.
mean, I just had to be very
Neutral.
And I mean, the last time I really could be in politics was when I went out and stumped for George McGovern in 1972.
Wow. Yeah, that's
So-
going back.
Right out of college. So, when I got a real job, I had to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can be political, and I want to be political.
So you like politics then? You got to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm learning a lot.
I love politics. I love talking about politics. It's just, with this election, the presidential election, oh my God, how entertaining, eh?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
it's like, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I'm terrified at the thought that Donald Trump's going to get elected.
Mm-hmm. You and a lot of people, but then he's got a lot of supporters too.
A lot of people dissatisfied with government.
Yeah,
And he's
that's what
tapping
it
into
is.
that big
Yeah,
time.
he is.
Yes.
He is.
But I think he's very polarizing in what he's doing.
I don't know, polarizing. I mean, just he's
Because he wants to
picked on
build a.
most women, most blacks, most Hispanics, Muslims.
Well,
That's a polarization.
yeah. Yeah.
I felt the burn, so I kind of like Bernie Sanders. I think
He's, he's got a lot of the young people fired up, and
It's going to be interesting.
going to be very interesting. They
I don't know
both,
if he can pull it off in New York. He's got a big challenge there.
if he wins New York, oh
If he wins
boy,
New York, that's going to be a
that's
major
big
shift.
time, big time. I mean, winning Wisconsin was big,
Yeah.
big enough, and Cruz winning.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting.
Yes, it will be. I think it's going to go right down to the end, kind of like when Bobby Kennedy won in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then he was ready to take it to the convention.
The convention is going to be, oh my God, that is just going to be. I'll be glued to that. I will.
That's going to be the best show in town.
Oh, it will. Yeah,
It will.
absolutely. So I've heard a few comments around town, but just a few, not a lot. And people are wondering why you didn't run for maybe city government or city council or something like that first.
Well, this job was available. I'm available. I really didn't want to wait another year for city elections.
Okay.
And I think I have the skills to work with the other commissioners and work with Mr. Evans and moving the county forward. A lot of painful decisions have had to be made over the past year to dig the county out of the hole that Bob Ficano left us in.
Yeah.
And it's been painful for the employees, painful for the retirees.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a few minutes with the surplus that was just announced, which
Yes.
is a great thing, but it was on the backs of, let's face it, the retirees and the workers and all the concessions. So
Yes.
I was going to ask you your thoughts on that. The well, I mean, you can't go to the well that often; it's going to be tapped out, right?
No, I
So-
think it's tapped out now.
So what happens next? I mean, how are you gonna keep the surplus? You know what I'm saying? What can they do?
It has to be austere budgets right now to build up that fund balance. Property values are starting to come back up, so they'll start getting revenue back. It's not. It's like they said. It's going to be take 30 years to recover
Right.
the what we lost in 5 years. And I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, photo op.
But I mean, I really think it'll take, if everybody works together, the county can keep recovering. But I don't think you can ask the employees or the retirees to give any more. They've given all they can.
Right, I
would
gotta
not-
agree.
I would
gotta
not
agree.
support that at all.
Yeah.
You know, I have a sister who's a retiree from Wayne County General Hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm on the Friends of the Eloise, and those are basically Wayne County General
Yep.
Hospital employees
Right.
and retirees, and I hear their pain when they're talking, when we have our meetings.
It's been terrible. I
We
mean,
have, most business meetings have, like comments from the audience. Well, for them, it's whining. As
yeah.
they go on about what's been done to them, what happened to them,
Yeah.
and the issues they're facing now.
Yeah.
It's tough when you're retired on a fixed income and people start telling you you're going to get less of it.
Well,
You're gonna pay
especially
more
when
for
you're
your health
retired
benefits,
and
you
you
don't
already
have any options because you're not working anymore.
right,
Yes.
right, and you're retired already, and you're counting on that, and then it's taken away. I mean, that's really, really hard. But okay, so what do you feel you could bring to the commission if you're elected?
I believe my training as a journalist is really what I've been. I know how to ask questions and get answers, and I will get the answers I need to make the decisions that are going to benefit Garden City, Westland, Inkster, and Wayne County. And
Be some tough ones.
And I've had to, over the course of my career, work with people who are madder than hell at me. The ones, were happy, and then those who
Can't please everybody.
Yeah. And I know how to go across the aisle and talk to people. And I think I can work with everybody down there.
Well, yeah, that's good. You're going to have to, for sure. The failed jail project. Good idea to complete it or bad idea?
Good idea. It
And-
needs to be done.
Okay, and
We can't limp along with what we have.
it's a real white elephant down there right now.
And
A money
if you-
pit.
And I think the buildings we have now are going to be money pits.
Mm-hmm.
It will cost probably as much as a new jail to try and bring those buildings up to 21st century standards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the old Wayne County jail is over 80 years old.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's crumbling.
yeah, and it's a pit.
Yeah.
It's in horrible condition. So I think it has to be done.
And it's probably not a very safe environment for the employees that have to work there,
Yes,
right?
Yes, that's
I mean-
my feeling. We need the new jail so it's safe for the employees, but also the prisoners. You know, they need a decent place. The showers are bad. You know, you have the toilet right in the middle of the cell with 6 people, and you know, at least
Yeah.
give them something.
So where do we get the money to complete that, do you feel? Is it there? You and me and Mike?
Well, you know, we're already
Already?
paying for what's down there now.
Yeah. I mean, just setting it, you're still
yeah,
paying.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
What, $1 million and a quarter
Yeah.
a month
Yeah,
for
it's
it. And
ridiculous.
I know there's been some concern about having the companies who started it go and finish it because of all the issues involved. And
Yeah, the cost overruns, my God, it was $100 million or something when they stopped, I think, at the time.
But when that happened, there was nobody overseeing it. Nobody was at the switch. And I think bringing them back, they know what's been done. They know. My concern would be bring somebody and say, oh, yeah, we got to tear everything down and start all over, where these companies come in and say, you know, I'm looking at it, and with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, what we have there we can keep and move on. So I'm not opposed to bringing those companies back, but I would want very strict oversight.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be right on top of that.
Yeah, somebody, we need a construction manager who's there holding their feet to the fire and making it happen.
So what are your thoughts on Executive Evans? Good job?
So far, I think so. Yes, I think he's brought dignity and credibility back to that
Yeah.
office.
Yeah, he's right on top of it, isn't
and,
he?
and I really like one of my campaign things is I want to see all the rape kits tested, the DPD rape kits.
That's a big issue still, isn't it?
You know, some people
They've
might
dented it, though, haven't they? They have dented some of them.
I think there's about 700 more to go or so
Okay.
out of 11,000. But, you know, some people will say, well, that's not our problem. You know, that's Detroit police. But it is our problem because the county prosecutor has to handle those cases. So it behooves all of us to get involved in doing that and getting it done. And I really like the fact that Mr. Evans partnered with the first ladies of the churches in Detroit and trying to raise the last of the money needed to get those kits done.
Yeah, that was a terrible, terrible story when that came out, I'll tell you.
And if I can just make a comment, I know that they've identified quite a few new serial rapists that have solved. I don't know what the numbers are off the top of my head, but it's unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah, Mrs. Chat has joined us here, the conversation, so welcome, Mrs. Chat. But I see recently where Executive Evans has reached out to the city council, too, in Detroit and wants to work together there, bring them together on this jail and work together there. And, you know, that's good. You need them on board, really.
Oh, absolutely.
And with the $5.7 million surplus now that he just announced, first time in, 8 years, I think? What are we going to do with that little bit of money now? Bank it?
Put it in the bank.
Exactly.
We can't afford to spend it.
No, for sure. So, yeah, you mentioned the rape kits. That's a priority. The jail's a priority. What else do you see in Wayne County that's a priority right now?
I think we need to work on the roads, too.
Oh, my God. I'm
Cherry-
glad you said that.
I want good roads that we can drive on.
Yeah.
This-
Cherry Hill will be done this year.
Yes, and that's going to benefit Wesleyan, Garden City, and Inkster. Those
Mm-hmm.
three communities are going to get benefit out of that. And thank God I won't feel like I'm,
And we want to give Richard a little shout
Yeah,
out on that
yeah.
because I think he worked hard on that too, didn't
yeah, that was sorely needed.
he? Yeah. Oh, my God, it's terrible.
The roads, I mean, the state just could not deal with it last year. They could not put together a plan that people would buy.
And the
Too
plan they
con-
had put together isn't so great, is it?
It was too convoluted. Now they don't have time to worry about the roads because they have the Flint water crisis
Yep.
they're dealing with. So it's
A
going
lot
to
of money
fall
going
on
there.
the local communities and the counties in that to try and address the issues
Yeah.
that we face. And,
I guess it's kind of a good thing Flint wasn't in Wayne County, eh? With all our problems we have already. Jeez, oh, Pete. But what a situation there, eh?
yes.
Terrible.
Yes, horrible.
So, okay, the roads are definitely a priority. Where are we going to get the money for that? Yeah, I know.
mean, I think there would have to be some kind of.
Don't you think that some of the
Yes.
communities, and we've talked about this, Cheryl and I, where I'd be willing to pay a road millage for Garden City. And I know some communities have done that. I think Farmington has done that. Southfield's done that.
City of Wayne did that too.
And so the city of Wayne, how does that work? Can you explain that?
They,
you know?
I think it was 1 mil. And
1 mil.
It was probably
And is this to do the secondary roads, though, right? Strictly like the side
city
streets?
streets. In
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And it was going great when it was when the property values were still up, so they
Okay.
were able to do a lot.
Yeah.
They're not able to do much now
Mm.
with their
Like-
values.
Like one street a year in Garden City.
Yeah, and that's not
It-
going to get it.
You
That's
know,
not going to get it.
At that rate, you never catch up.
No, never.
You know.
So, yeah, I mean, I would like to put, a poll out there and ask Garden City residents if down the road in the near future, if they'd be willing to do strictly a road millage, though, and it's got to be strictly for roads. That's it, nothing else.
I'm afraid that it'd be difficult to get in the next 3 years until after that judgment millage has
Yes.
expired.
The one that we're,
Then I think
then
if you
a
said
possibility.
now we're going to put the same kind of tax dollars towards roads that we used to have to pay for that, and it won't increase your taxes per se, I think that's got a real good chance of passing.
Yeah, but Mike, even waiting 3 years, I mean, I personally, why couldn't there something be proposed where a smaller millage just to get the ball rolling, and then in 3 years
Increase it, maybe.
take over whatever drops off? And I have asked different city officials, at least can't we get it on the ballot? Let the voters speak. I mean, I know that there's been talk that, well, they complained about, so many residents complained about the lighting
Assessments.
assessments.
which
I
is
live
a
here, yeah, I mean, it's.
And now it
it's-
seems like the-
$30-some a year.
And
And-
I know
and-
some residents can't afford $30 or $50 or
Sure.
$100, but those of us
Some
that
of us can.
that can and
Right,
are willing to do
right.
so, let us vote on
Exactly.
it. I just cannot keep putting this off.
I mean, our road is disintegrating. You rode down it. I mean, you put a nice road in front of your house, and the value of your house is going to go up right away. You know that. I mean,
we just ordered a new car, and I cringe at the thought. Pick up a new car and then have to drive the roads of Garden City just to get it home. I want to see something in our community.
yeah, we have to do something. I mean, roads are a real priority, right?
Well, I was at a chamber event last week, and I was talking about the roads, and Amanda Athelblatt,
Okay.
the chiropractor, was talking. She goes, I was going down Merriman Road the other day, and I thought my car was blowing up, and she blew out 2 tires and ruined 1 rim because
Oh,
of the roads.
yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it's money out of our pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a good $1,500.
Pay now or pay later.
Yeah.
It's
So, they have to be done, and we can't wait for the state to do it, because they've shown us they don't know how. They can't agree on anything. So, if it takes the local communities doing a road tax, a dedicated millage.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it's going to have to come down to, because the state has no money. They're not, they're cutting our money now, all the communities. What was it, $11 million Bob figured out, Bob Murray?
Yeah.
11 million we've lost.
Garden City's lost in revenue sharing.
Yeah. It's terrible.
And you'll
Yeah.
never see it.
No. No, they'll
keep
never
it
make
back
up.
in.
No. Go ahead,
Your
Mike.
property values during an economic downturn go down so much faster than they recover
Yeah.
due to that stupid Headley Amendment and so forth. And
Yeah.
another thing that I would eliminate, as soon as you appoint me czar of Michigan,
Yeah, Mike wants to be czar of Michigan. I forgot.
I would get rid of gerrymandered districts. I'd get rid of term limits. I'd get rid of Proposal A. I'd get rid of the Headley Amendment. I think I'd get rid of these emergency managers.
Most definitely.
And the nice thing about it is once you get rid of term limits, I'm czar for life.
That's true.
Can I do your PR?
Yeah, exactly. So, if people want to get a hold of you and they want to maybe get a sign, put it out there, or talk over some things with you, what's the best way to contact you?
They can call me.
Okay.
My number is 734-674-2332. I do have
You're on Facebook?
Facebook. I have my personal Facebook page. Then I have a Sue Mason that was supposed to be a political page, but I'm not real good at it. And then there's the Friends of Sue Mason, which is the politician page. But
Okay,
I do have
okay.
An email. It's
Yeah, email.
Sue, the number 4, commish@gmail.com.
Sue for Commission. Okay, at gmail.com. All right, awesome. And you're going to have signs that people can
Yes,
put out and
yes.
stuff like that? Okay.
Absolutely.
Those will start going out, what, in June maybe?
June.
Yeah, I think it is June.
I'm having actually my first meet and greet
Oh.
with the ladies on Sunday at Mr. Mike's.
A ladies meet and greet?
Yes.
Really?
I got the invite.
Oh, okay.
So any lady who would like to come,
What about men?
I'll have one later.
Okay.
Gotta talk
You got to
to
give
my
us
women
fair
right
time.
now.
Well, that's
It's gonna
cool.
be from 2 to 4 at Mr. Mike's on Wayne Road.
2 to 4, Mr. Mike's on
We're
Wayne
gonna have
Road.
Nice sweets, coffee, tea, and water.
Oh,
And
very cool.
lovely parting gifts.
Well, that's nice. And what day is that? Date?
Sunday.
April 10th.
Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, you know, NASCAR when you and Derek are.
Oh, that works out perfect for you, doesn't it? Yeah, that works out perfect for you. All right, and you're going to be representing, once you're elected, the 12th district, huh?
Yes.
And that entails Garden City, Inkster. It's
And-
parts of Westland?
Part of Westland. Westland, north of Palmer Road.
Westland, north of Palmer Road.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Very cool. Anything else you want to ask, Mike?
Well, I thought this looked bad for the commission in today's Free Press. Brian Dickerson's comment about how the elected officials haven't yet agreed to what kind of cuts they would take.
Yeah.
as They're part of sharing
Some of the burden.
the burden. You know, I can understand as I read through that why they haven't made a final decision on doing something.
Well, what was
But
his
it looks
comment?
Bad.
What was his comment?
But says they're dragging their feet.
Okay.
And it looks bad that
Yeah.
all the retirees
Set an
and
example.
the union workers have taken a hit, but this 100 or so people that are represented by the legislative
Mm-hmm.
group, which includes some judges and lawyers and the commission themselves,
Yeah.
your seat, have not yet agreed on what kind of hit they're willing to take.
Wow.
They're waiting to see how everything is shaking out before they make a decision. Well, yeah, but meanwhile,
That's-
all the rest of the people who've taken the hits,
Right,
saying,
are hurting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, this isn't new. I mean, it's always
Right.
the powers that
That's
be
true.
yeah. Well,
asking
the
everybody
same
always-
thing
else.
happens in Congress. That
Yeah.
Yep.
they don't give up their great
Exactly.
benefits
Exactly.
programs when they try to ask us to give up something. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, they're dragging their feet here.
It should not have even come to this. When the retirees took the cuts,
Yep.
when the employees made the concessions, the commissioners, they all should have been right in line behind them, stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
can't, you lead by example.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And the example here is that they need to join everybody else in feeling the pain. And I don't think it's going to be that much pain.
No, it won't. Not for them. I think they can handle the pain a little bit better than a retiree that's on a fixed income.
I was talking to my sister last week, and they get a stipend to help pay for health care. Mm-hmm. And the health care she got, the co-pays in that, she went to get, I don't remember which medicine was, but the bill was over $400 for that medicine.
Wow.
And she's like, boy, I'm glad I got a little money in the bank. Well, she went to get another refill, and she says, well, that one wasn't so bad. I must have met my copay for the year with that one $400 hit.
Wow.
But
a 90-day supply of one of my diabetes medicines was going to be $1,400.
oh my God.
I just paid $166 for an 8-day supply of Novolog for diabetes. 8 days supply, 160.
You know, something's got to be done because it's getting way, way out of hand.
Yeah, I
They need to
hate-
get some control over this.
Yeah. When Obamacare kicked in, we at the Observer we had Health Alliance, and it was a good plan. The copay was $600 for a family, so that was affordable. And I thank God that I got all my surgeries done before we got our new plan through United Healthcare, and it was a co-insurance, so it was a high-end deductible.
Oh, yeah.
We had to have $3,000 out-of-pocket expenses before we got 80% coverage.
Wow.
10,000 to get 100% coverage. Well, United Healthcare lost $400 million, so they dropped out of the marketplace, and Gannett has now gotten us. With my retirement, I got health care for a year.
Okay.
I have Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
You're talking to the Blue Cross guru right here.
Well, you know what? I was talking to a fellow retiree, and he said, "Oh, it sounds like it's worse than what we had."
Wow.
I don't know. Any of my prescriptions I've had filled are. One 90-day supply was 77 cents.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I just got.
Wow.
And then another one was 66 cents.
I just had one of those too. Big
And-
deal. The 77 cents and the $1,400. See, how does that average out?
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
But, I mean...
Why aren't they all a good deal, right?
I can't even
Yeah,
remember when I first got health insurance paying that little for a
Jesus.
prescription.
No,
so I don't know.
never.
And then eye drops I used, those were normally almost $90. It came in at $40. So
What I remember, I mean, out-of-state services are sometimes an advantage, and I
Remember Delta Dental of Kentucky I had?
Yeah, because I'm assuming that one of your home offices or something must be based out of Texas as to why you would be being offered Texas over Blue
Yeah, I
Cross.
wonder. Yeah.
well,
At
this
Michigan
is
Blue
every
Cross.
Gannett.
Gannett employee
Gannett, yeah.
nationwide is getting this. When Obamacare came in, rather than having a lot of little policies around the country, they went with one big one.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
the way Blue
And-
Cross would be written, though, is that you have to a headquarters or something than that. And
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure they have newspapers there. The headquarters for Gannett is in McLean, Virginia. So
Okay.
Yeah, and I think their website is run out of Kentucky or something, right? Or Tennessee or...
well, when I left the paper, we were
And it was terrible.
our pages were being built electronically
Yes.
in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right. Exactly.
And then coming back to us.
Yeah.
Well, I just got my explanation benefits having retired from Blue Cross after 38 years of my surgery. I guess
Yeah.
I was kind of thrilled that it was under $2,000 is all that I have to pay. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
sad is that when you
That-
go, yay, I only have to pay $2,000?
That is.
Well,
That's
yeah,
pretty.
that's the way it's
sad.
gotten to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to cover before we move on?
No, it's
been great.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I
to be
bet you
able to
are.
do this.
This is really, really a big step, really.
Yes, and I know it's going to be a lot of hard work. I plan to do door knocking, and anybody who would like to invite me into their neighborhood and walk their neighborhood with me, give me a call.
Okay.
That's what I want to do, is to go around to everybody and
You're probably looking for volunteers, right, to
Yes.
help out and with campaigning and stuff?
Yes.
So they can contact you through Facebook or your email, what you gave.
One of the best things a new person can do
Is knock
is
on doors.
individual contact, door knocking, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah.
most effective thing that you can do to
Exactly.
generate some.
Yeah, I can't remember. How many pairs of shoes did David go through knocking on doors?
A lot, and yes,
So-
definitely.
Yeah, get on the treadmill and get ready.
well, somebody told me the other comedian said, "You do realize this is your diet."
Right.
And I said, "Really?" Yeah, he says, "Yeah, your shape now will not be the shape when you get done. You know, your clothes will be hanging.
You'll
on
be
you."
so fit. Oh, my gosh.
And I'm not going to mention any names whatsoever because this gets thrown up at me so many times. But a few elections ago, I happened to have voted for someone because he was a neighbor at the time and he came to my door.
And
And-
yeah, you haven't
And he lost.
lived it down.
Thank goodness. And it is thrown up in my face so many times that I didn't vote for the right person for the job. Well, I hadn't met the right person for the job because
Right.
We weren't home when he came knocking on our door.
Yeah.
So,
He was on our street, but we just weren't home.
but this other candidate looked me right in the eye and basically told me everything I wanted to hear, and so he got my vote. And I've since learned that that's not
Lip service.
Yeah, that's not totally the right way to make your decisions.
Yeah.
But yes.
But you got to play that game, man.
meeting the candidate.
We were talking earlier. You've learned so much already in just such a short time, right?
I thought it was hard being on the other side and asking the questions and then deciding.
Right.
You know, and,
Yeah, that's true. It's completely reversed now.
and now it's.
You got to come up with
You know,
them
I'm
answers.
hearing from my former colleagues, oh, we can't wait to interview you.
Yeah.
So,
Will Julie be in on that interview, I wonder? Julie Brown?
I'm not certain.
Yeah.
They'll probably
Or
have a
Brad,
group.
Yeah. They seem to be doing pretty good.
They're hanging in there.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, we had a lot of people walk out the door on October 30th, and
Wow. A lot of multitasking.
yes,
For
yeah.
sure.
Well, we were already.
Yes. Yeah, even before.
They seem to have changed their format a little bit in that they're going with these, front page articles that really aren't local.
Yeah, almost like you'd see it for the Free Press or
The
something.
women prisoners thing and the,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
TMZ reader. I mean, those are great issues, but we think of the Observer as
More local
highlighting
news.
the local community, and not even the front page is all local.
Yeah, I agree
community
because we had talked about that too.
Yeah, it doesn't look like our typical.
It's like
Garden
Slow
City.
News Day in Garden City, or they.
I think now they do
It's
have
more
a new
generic.
reporter starting in Garden City. I don't know if she started this week or she starts next week. Diane Andreassi,
Oh, really?
and she will be covering Garden City. So they've kind of shored up Garden City there.
Okay.
Will Julie still be a part? I wonder, because I just sent her an article to put in.
I'm sure she will.
Okay.
They'll have her doing things.
But who's this girl you mentioned?
Diane Andreassi, she has worked for the Observer for many years.
Oh, okay.
Great writer.
But you copied Brad, right? So
Yeah, I copied him
if
too,
it's
yeah.
not for Julie to cover, I'm sure
Yeah.
he will.
He'll delegate it or whatever. It's for the Garden City Business, the Taste Fest. Are you coming?
I'm coming.
As a guest.
Do you want to be on our bus?
Well, a friend of mine, Marge Hickman.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Marge.
she got all your tickets.
She just bought like 14, she said.
Oh God, she's probably got my tickets in there. She said this year they're letting the men come along. So she said you have to come, and my husband Bob, who grew up with Marge,
Okay.
and her brother.
Are you going to drive yourself or take a bus?
I don't know.
The
I
buses
have
are
to
fun.
ask-
We already got a bunch of people on our
But
bus.
I mean, this will be the first time I can do something like
Yeah,
this.
and
without
enjoy
a
it
notebook
and
in my
relax.
hand
Right,
And actually taste the food.
right.
So
It's a lot of
These
fun.
two walking around asking people what did they think of it.
Yeah, with a notepad out.
Well, it's funny. I hear myself talking. I'm still talking about the newspaper as we.
Oh,
they,
okay,
so I
right.
have to
Yeah.
alter my language. Here.
Hey, it's hard to,
Yeah.
Sue Buck. What about Sue Buck? Have you heard anything on Sue or?
Sue is still at home. She's having eye surgery.
Okay.
Maybe that's not for.
So.
Well, no, I mean, I just wanted to know.
So as far as I know, she's at home. And
We're
still,
thinking of her if she listens, but okay. So anything else?
Nope.
All set?
I would like. I hope everybody votes for me. I'm honest. I have integrity, and I'm committed to being
Yeah.
the best commissioner I can be.
Awesome. Well, we like you very much here, for
thank
sure.
Thank you.
And we thank you for coming on tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Stick around, and if you have to go, I understand, but stick around if you want. Listen to the rest of the show.
I will.
Some of these
I will.
events that are coming up, Mike's going to have in a little bit. Cheryl, you can stick around. You don't have to leave.
Notes here. Or is this your notepad?
You know me this
That's
way,
yours.
I sit up here this long.
You know you have an open invitation, too, anytime you want to come back.
Great.
All right?
I will take you up on it.
Okay, awesome. All right, moving on. Let's see what's new with Joy and Holly. We'll get them in here, and then we're going to get the mic. See how the gardening tips are.
This is Gardening in 2 Minutes. We grow a garden, we harvest the produce, but what do you do then? Old timers would can the food up. That is becoming more and more popular now as we want to know where the food we eat comes from. So in order to can the food, we have to have the means to know what we need before it's time to can.
One of the first things that most people can are usually asparagus or strawberries, or strawberry jam, strawberry syrup, strawberry what have you. So the good thing is these things usually come about in May or June, sometimes sooner depending where you live. So it's good to be prepared and know what you have available. I've been in a point myself where I'm making jam and I realized that I have a lot of filled half-pint jars and not a lot of empty ones. So I'm scrounging around for jars when I could have just planned ahead. Same thing comes for sugar, lids. Anything that you use in canning, it's good to plan ahead. Lemon juice.
Pectin.
Pectin. Yeah, I was looking through my pectin. I have pectin that expired in 2013. You don't want to use expired pectin. It will not end well.
And clear gel.
And even clear gel. That's another good one for pie filling. So these are some things to think about. Take a look through your pantries, through your canning supplies. If you've never canned before and you're like, this is the year I'm going to start to can, I would encourage you to check out our videos, check out some great resources online, such as Ball Canning and the Natural Center for Home Food Preservation. And definitely just think about, plan ahead, be prepared. As I always say, be prepared, not scared. And you can come up with a lot of stuff, and you can be ready, and you can can a lot of yummy stuff from your garden.
Spend a little money now so you have everything you need rather than going to the store and possibly losing that batch that you have worked hard to try to can. For more information on canning, our weekly video productions, as well as our free downloadable digital quarterly magazines, you can find all that information at
the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com.
For the health conscious organic gardener worldwide. For Gardening in 2 Minutes, I'm Joy Baird.
I'm Holly Baird.
All right, thanks, guys. That's Joey and Holly all the way from Wisconsin giving us those gardening tips. Great job, great job. All right, we're going to get Mike in here now and see what announcements he has for us tonight, and then we'll be closing out the show after that. So let's get Mike in here. Hey, it's time to get Mike in here for some community announcements. So, Mike, take it away.
Thanks, Jerry.
Okay. All right.
All right. We got a few new ones, but a lot of our familiar ones that we're going to remind you about again.
Right.
The Friends of the Garden City Historical Museum have a special program coming up with Miss Amy Elliott Bragg in her most recent book titled Hidden History of Detroit as part of a member appreciation event in the Grand Parlor Room in the Straight Farmhouse on Wednesday, April 27th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Light snacks and beverages will be provided as copies of Miss Bragg's book will be raffled off, and she will be available for book signings afterwards. Hidden History of Detroit transports the reader to discover the Motor City before the motor, a muddy port town full of grog shops, horse races, haphazard cemeteries, and enterprising bootstrappers from all over the world. Meet the argumentative French fugitive who founded the city, the tobacco magnate who haunts his shuttered factory, the gambler prankster millionaire who built a monument to himself, the governor who brought his scholarly library with him on canoe expeditions, and the historians who helped create the story of Detroit as we now know it. One of the oldest, rowdiest, and most enigmatic cities in the Midwest. Another way you can help the Friends of the Garden City Public Library is to shop at Kroger and take advantage of enrolling in their Kroger Community Rewards. Kroger is committed to helping communities grow and prosper, and Kroger Community Rewards makes fundraising easy. All you have to do is shop at Kroger and swipe your Plus card. Year after year, local schools, churches, and other nonprofit organizations will earn millions of dollars through Kroger Community Rewards, including the Friends of Garden City Library. Sign in or create an account to enroll. Once signed in, you can enroll or update your community rewards under your account settings. As a free service to our residents, you can take your old and outdated prescription medicines to the Garden City Public Library. There's a box in the lobby to collect and properly dispose of potentially dangerous medicines which are no longer needed. And if you don't know by now, the Garden City Public Library offers drop-in computer tutoring every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. One-on-one tutoring. Do you need to brush up on the basics? Come on in and take advantage of this great resource. The library is located at 31735 Maplewood Street. Write that down because I'm not going to repeat it for all the other things. And for more information, call 734-793-1830. Write that down also. Important part of the evening is the free chocolate fondue, which will be able for all who attend. Let us know that you'll be joining us by calling the number we just said. The Bad Horror Movie Night. On Wednesday, April 27th, the Garden City Public Library will be showing Witch House, starting at 6 p.m. Vengeance from death takes hold of the descendants of those who buried this witch long ago. See how this nightmare ends at this free viewing. This film may contain objectionable material. Patrons ages 14 and older are welcome to stop in. And they're having an Alfred Hitchcock night. Saturday matinee viewing of the classic The Birds on Saturday, April 30th, starting at 2 p.m. Patrons 14 and up are welcome to join the library for snacks on the matinee. Keep in mind, the material may be objectionable to some audiences. Don't like the thought of a swarm of birds trying to peck holes in you. I guess it's not too bad. The Garden City Kiwanis is hosting a comedy night. This year's comedy night will be taking place at the Moose Lodge, 29137 Ford Road. Times are still the same. Doors open at 4. Show starts at 5. It's still on Sunday, April 17th. Tickets are $20. The headliner is Mike Green, and the local host is Kevin Kramus. It's adults only, although I've been told that Mike has pretty much a family-friendly program that he puts on. Mm-hmm. A couple of things that will be different. The Moose Lodge does not serve food. The Kiwanis is going to provide some free snacks and subs at the tables. The Moose Lodge does not have a wait staff, so if you want to or need to go, get your own drinks at the bar. A Stress Buster coloring night. Come to the library April 18th at 6 p.m. to do just that at our Stress Buster adult coloring night. I haven't quite figured out what an adult coloring night is.
It's adults that go in there and do coloring books, these real detailed coloring books, and it's supposed to be relaxing. It's very, very popular now.
Yeah, well, I think of adult films, and I just
oh no,
I just wonder.
No, it isn't porno.
I just wonder what they're coloring here. There will be a multitude of coloring sheets provided, as well as crayons, markers, and other materials. You can also bring your own supplies, of course. This was supposed to follow the other one. Was part of that evening is the free chocolate fondue.
There you go.
Yeah, that one, I got that out of order. The Garden City Soccer Club is having a kickoff classic bowling fundraiser. Kick off the spring season and support the Garden City Soccer Club with a night of bowling, food, raffles, and lots of fun. April 8th. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Adults only, Westland Bowl, 5940 North Wayne Road, Westland, Michigan. Registration starts at 7. Bowling starts at 7:30. Cost is $20 per person. Includes 3 games of bowling, pizza, and shoe rental. For more information or to RSV, please email board@GardenCitySoccer or find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/GardenCitySoccer.
Yeah, a lot of bowling banquets coming up.
Yeah, we got a couple of things for bowling. And speaking of bowling, the Sons of the American Legion, Garden City Post 396, is having a bowling fundraiser. That'll be this Saturday, April 9th. So if you didn't get all bowled out Friday night, you can continue doing it on Saturday.
There you go.
At 5940 North Wayne Road in Westland. Registration starts at 12. Event starts at 1. $15 a person. Includes 3 games, shoes, pizza, and pop. raffles and a 50-50. Come and help us raise funds to support our veterans. Phone number there is 248-421-9813. There's going to be a 7-card stud poker night, no experience required, on Saturday, April 16th at 6 p.m., $25 entry fee. Sign up now and register and prepay. Call Sherry at 734-458-5238 or email sbarber@gordonchevrolet.com. Food, prizes, and fun. All proceeds go to making children's wishes come true. The Friends of the Garden City Public Library is having a used book sale. April 25th to 27th. Monday from 9 to 8, Tuesday from 9 to 8, prices 25 cents to $1. Wednesday from 9 to 6, books by the bag for $5. That'll be at the library. Use the Balmoral parking lot, west of Merriman between Ford and Warren. You've got the phone number, facebook.com/Friends of Garden City Public Library. Garden City's having their quarterly shred day. The spring one is going to be Saturday, April 30th from 10 to 1 at the City Hall parking lot, in or off Central from Ford Road, 6000 Middle Belt Road, Garden City, Michigan. You can also drop off your food donation to our home pantry. And I think they're going to have the Secretary of State's office there, too.
Mobile unit. Yep.
Mobile unit.
Do everything.
So, in or off Central going north. We will accept up to 5 paper grocery bags or cardboard banker's boxes of sensitive paper documents from Garden City residents and businesses to shred at no charge. Please note, cars must be in line by 12:45. One man's trash can be another man's identity. More than 19 million Americans have been the victims of identity-related fraud over the past 2 years. So shred those documents and protect yourself from that.
Be safe.
The American Legion Auxiliary Unit 396 is having a spring craft and vendor show Saturday, May 14th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. $1 admission at St. Mel's Church, 7506 Inkster Road. That's on Inkster Road north of Warren Road in Dearborn Heights. A bake sale, food available, 50-50, a raffle. Email American Legion Aux 396 craftshow@yahoo.com for more information. All proceeds go to help our veterans and their families. Coffee with Knesik. Please join Senator David Knesik for a casual conversation about what's important to you and your community. These take place once a month. They're on the second Monday, which means that the next one's coming up this Monday, April 11th. The Garden City location will be at the Maplewood Senior Center, and it'll be from 10:30 to 11:30. He's also doing them in his other cities, Dearborn Heights, Inkster, Redford, and Detroit at different times. Also present at these typically are the state representative, Julie Plawicki, and our county commissioner, Glenn Anderson. Brenda's Butterfly Habitat, located at 6414 Merriman Road in Westland at Barson's Greenhouse between Ford Road and Warren. It's open the first Thursday of June through the last Friday in September, closed on July 4th. Hours of operation are Wednesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., closed Mondays and Tuesdays. Admission is free, but they do accept donations to help defray the cost of operation. They have merchandise available and caterpillars given away only on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Brenda's Butterfly Habitat is filled with butterflies, host and nectar plants that are native to the area. You will see the complete life cycle of these winged beauties in all stages of their metamorphosis. For more information, visit her website, Butterflies in the Garden / Brenda Zizik, that's DZIEDZIC, or at www.butterfliesinthegarden.com. You can also find her on Facebook at www.facebook.com, Brenda's Butterfly Habitat, or email her at happybutterflying@yahoo.com.
Yeah, that's a real cool place.
It is. It's
Very nice.
It's good for adults, but it's really good for your kids or grandkids.
Oh, yeah. It really is.
I know mine really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And finally, the Berger Autistic School Association is going to present the 16th annual
Wow.
Autos for Autism car show to benefit Berger School for students with autism. It'll take place on Monday, July 11th from 5 to 9 p.m. This year only, it'll be at the Garden City Middle School, which is at 1851 Radcliffe near Ford Road in Wildwood, which is the site of the former Garden City West High School. And that's due to construction at their regular home at the Garden City High School.
Yeah.
They will return to that location in 2017. There's fabulous raffle prizes, great music, delicious food from Baby Drew's Barbecue, clowns, face painting, kids' activities, fun for all ages, dozens of trophies, dash plaques to first 200 vehicle entrants. Visit Facebook.com Autos for Autism or email autosforautism@yahoo.com. Phone Lisa Clark 734-323-3010. Mobile site text A4A to 28748. I know the Kiwanis is going to be helping out
Right.
with that this year.
16 years. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a real fun event. Lisa and them do a good job over there.
Yeah.
It's growing.
Garden City Kiwanis is going to be having a baby shower. Mm-hmm. It's going to be taking place in conjunction with our anniversary dinner at the Maplewood Center on May 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Donations will go to help the Maplewood Center's baby basket welcoming new babies in the community program.
Yeah, it's a nice program.
And their Kids Day in the Park will take place on August 6th this year.
Yeah, later this year.
Later this year, so we can look forward to that. We're hoping that
That's always
when we're
a
not
big event.
competing with a lot of other things, and if we do some social media advertising, we can build this thing up to be bigger than ever before.
Yep.
We also have a charity poker that's going to be taking place on June 6th through 8th. Another one in July and August, but the first one is June 6th through 8th, charity poker, and that's at
Yeah, where's it going to be?
it's on Warren.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm blanking out on this thing now.
On Warren.
Yeah, near Illinois. Malarkey's.
Oh, yeah, Malarkey's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I couldn't remember.
No, I couldn't.
Senior moment.
And that's about all I have tonight, Kerry.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Garden City is.
We had a good turnout at
Very
Kiwanis today, too. A lot of people showed
We had
up.
27 people,
27.
and we had 3 rolls of dimes,
Oh, no.
150 fines.
Oh, my
of
gosh.
dimes,
Wow.
plus a little bit of extra change and $5 and happy dollars.
Yeah, and let me tell you, anybody that's interested in joining the Kiwanis, they can come as a guest for lunch, right, at Amantea's
It's every Thursday,
every Thursday.
12 o'clock, and from 12 to 1:15, 1:30.
Yep.
And we welcome you to just come and take a look at us, and we'll buy you lunch.
Yep. They're a rowdy bunch. They have a good time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come on out and see what they're all about if you're
Good.
interested.
They served a real good lunch today. I like that.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had the bow tie
Kinda like-
pasta with chicken and a
It was kind of like a beef stroganoff, but chicken
yeah,
over the noodles. Yeah, it was good.
and a chicken type gravy
uh-huh.
instead of a
Yeah,
beef
very,
type
very
gravy.
good.
Yeah, it was very good. Very
I liked
tasty.
it. All right, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. Gary.
Okay, we want to remind our residents that the next regular city council meeting is going to be held Monday, April 18th at 7 p.m. in the council chambers located at 6000 Middlebelt Road. They urge all residents to attend. All right, in closing, I just want to mention again that if you would like to be a guest on the show like Sue Mason was tonight, then all you have to do is send us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, and we'll shoot you some dates that are available, and that's all there is to it. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization. You'd like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, this is the forum for you. Once again, email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. or give us a call at 734-788-9319. We look forward to hearing from you. Our show reaches several communities, believe it or not, in the area. So if you can get us some information about your business or organization, we'll be more than happy to mention it on the air for you. Are you a business owner, resident, or community advocate interested in serving the business community? If so, the Garden City Business Alliance is looking for you. Becoming a member is very easy. Just visit their website at GCBiz, that's B-I-Z, 48135.org, and fill out the contact page or give them a call at 734-788-9319. Also, visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/Garden City Business Alliance. Why not consider joining the GCBA and be a part of moving the business community forward? Or better yet, why not come to their next membership meeting as their guest, which is tomorrow night, April 8th, 6 p.m. That's going to be held at Schoolcraft College, Radcliffe Center, 1751 Radcliffe. And the room has been changed to room 135, which is the Heritage Room, and that is just inside the west entrance. Dr. Michelle Klein will be hosting that meeting for us, and we thank her for that. So we hope that you'll be able to attend. We would love to meet you and hope that you'll become a member of the GCBA. Okay, before we sign off tonight, please jot down these numbers if you'd like to become a volunteer for any of the DDA events. Please give Kim or Teresa a call. Their number is 734-261-2830. And the DDA office is located at 29213 Ford Road. They got a lot of events coming up, and they need volunteers. And once again, if you would like to become a member of the GCBA or a volunteer for any of their upcoming events, please call 734-788-9319 or contact them once again through their website at gcbiz48135.org. Both the GCBA and DDA are working on events and dates right now. We're always looking for volunteers. Actually, reservations for this year's Garden City Taste Fest are now on sale through May 1st.
Going fast.
Yep, which is $20 each. You're going to get a specially designed T-shirt by a local business here in Garden City, You Are My Art, which will be your ticket. Registration forms and more information is available at GardenCityTasteFest.com.
Or can they turn in their money at the DDA office?
Yep, they can turn their money in at the DDA office, make checks payable to the Garden City Business Alliance. The event is from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. with registration at 5:30 at the Golden Feather Restaurant. That's where it's all going to start, where you'll receive an itinerary and a punch card. When you visit all 7 venues, be sure to get your card punched, and you'll be eligible for some great prizes at the end of the evening. You'll then board the bus to your first venue. Tickets are limited, so be sure to get them early. They are going fast. The venues for this year are the Golden Feather Restaurant, El Satan's Restaurant, GJ's Diner, Leon's Family Dining, Sports Venue, the Straight Farmhouse, which is going to be a dessert stop this year, and they'll also provide free tours of the museum. And the Garden City Miniature Golf is going to be celebrating their 50th anniversary. You'll have a chance to get off the bus, let some of that food settle, try for a hole-in-one to win a free game, and have some refreshments that they're going to have provided. So it's going to be a good time. Bus transportation will be provided by Garden City Public Schools, and we thank them very much for that. You'll be able to drive yourself as well. All we ask is that you have an adult, if you have an adult beverage, to please drink responsibly and assign a designated driver if need be. So if you want to be involved in any upcoming events, please contact the DDA and GCBA today. Well, Mike, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. I want to thank Tom and Mike and our guest, Miss Sue Mason, for visiting with us tonight. Great job, you guys. Also, thanks to Joy and Holly and everyone who joined us in the chat room, and to those that will be listening and downloading the show later. And also those watching us on our YouTube channel, we really appreciate your support every week. Remember, the audio from tonight's show will be made available on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat shortly after we sign off tonight. And also on our main show page at TalkShoe.com, call ID 82757. You can look for it there. And look for the video of tonight's show tomorrow on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. And if you like the show, don't forget to subscribe. Just click on that red button right under the video, and we would appreciate it. All right, remember the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. And if you see something, say something. Look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to drtomsweather.com. Got a great little website over there. So on behalf of Tom, Mike, Holly, and Joey, this is Carrie saying take care. See you all next week, April 14th, right here on TalkShoe.com, show ID 82757. Have a good night. See ya.
Call recording has been completed.
That's crazy. Yeah. Could be a wire in there or something. Sometimes they get wore out, those wires. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you all next week. Take care. Thanks for joining us.